book up wide and meet adventures that wait for you. Live and learn and laugh and play whenever your dream comes true. You could swim along the river all the way to the sea. You could fly up in the sky above the clouds and trees. You could plant a flower garden up on top of the moon. You could swing through the jungle all afternoon. Wherever our story takes us, I can't wait to see. Yes, friends, come and read with me. It's Online Storytime.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Online Storytime at your Grand Rapids Area Library. I'm Miss Tracy.
And I'm Grandma Pat.
And we are so excited to have you with us today. Hey Grandma Pat, before we start talking about that really awesome thing we're going to talk about, do you want to sing?
I'd love to sing.
Storytime friends, would you sing with us? Remember, the song says clap your hands, but you clap whatever you want to clap. Here we go. If you want to hear a story, clap your hands. If you want to hear a story, clap your hands. If you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, if you want to hear a story, clap your hands. Or your feet, or your knees, or your elbows,
Oh, that didn't make
or
any
your
sense.
eyes. That was lots of fun things that you could clap. Absolutely. So Grandma Pat, what do you want to talk about today?
Well, you know, we try to stay healthy, right? We want to stay healthy, and part of staying healthy means staying clean. And you can make yourself clean. You can be in charge of your own body and make sure your body is clean.
That's right.
When your body is clean, chances are you're going to stay healthy.
And it's okay to get dirty.
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
that you can clean yourself at the end of the day.
You can do that yourself, but what about everything around you? What about everything in the yard and everything in the kitchen and all of that? Somebody else has to take care of that for us so that we can stay clean and healthy. And that's what sanitation workers do. They pick up our garbage for us and take care of it so that we can stay clean.
So the people who drive a garbage truck, they're called sanitation workers?
They are.
What does the word sanitation mean?
That just means staying clean.
Okay, well that's a really important thing. I always think that sanitation workers have one of the most important jobs in the whole world. Can you imagine if we put our garbage in our bin and nobody picked it up? Within 2 weeks, everyone would have twice as much garbage, and then 4 times as much garbage, and then 8 times as much garbage. There'd be garbage everywhere.
And smells.
Oh my gosh, and so much dirt, and germs, and bacteria, and icky stuff.
Yeah.
I am so grateful for our sanitation workers. So Grandma Pat, do you have any good books about sanitation
I've got a
workers?
couple of terrific books about sanitation. Our first book, Miss Tracy, we are going to meet a sanitation worker.
Boy, that's a big word. What does that mean?
That's a big word. It just means keeping things clean so you can stay healthy.
That's an important job.
It is. This book is by Jody Shepard, and Lisa Hunt did the illustrations, and it comes to us from Scholastic, from Children's Press. In our neighborhood, meet a sanitation worker. And what does this tell you? It tells you that we have a book of nonfiction. A lot of nonfiction books have this in the front. So if you're just looking for facts about things and you don't want to read the whole book, you could say, I want to find out about cleaning the streets. I'd go right to page 14 and find that out. And if I wanted to find out what tools a sanitation worker used, I'd go right to page 31 and find that out. But we are going to read the whole book. Our neighborhood. Hi, I'm Theo. This is my best friend, Emma. Welcome to the neighborhood. They have all these places named: newspaper, hospital, restaurant. And up here, can you see the recycling center It's over there. Emma and I got a tour last week. We had to do a report on community helpers for school. We chose sanitation workers. We wanted to know where our garbage goes. We got the idea at lunch one day. Emma and I noticed how much trash we make in the cafeteria. We thought if everybody knew more about garbage, they would create less waste. Those garbage cans are overflowing. Meet Celia. Celia is a sanitation worker. She picks up our trash every Tuesday morning. Last week, Emma met me outside my house so we could wait for Celia together. When Celia pulled up, we told her all about our school project, and she was happy to help. Trash collection keeps the neighborhood clean, Celia told us, and making less trash helps keep the whole planet healthier. They're asking, how will you fit all this trash? I'll show you. One truck is going to pick up all that trash. Celia showed us the hopper. It's the part of the truck where the trash goes. She showed us what happens when the hopper gets full. A blade called a compactor smashes everything down, and that makes more room, Celia explained. I asked Celia what happens to garbage, recyclables, and hazardous wastes after it's picked up from the transfer station. She explained the process to us. Some trash goes into landfills. In some areas, there isn't enough room in a landfill, so some of them are incinerated, which means burned. Some plastic, metal, paper, cardboard, and glass waste is sent to the recycling center. Then it can be prepared for reuse. And certain products, including cleaners, paint, batteries, are too dangerous to go to a landfill or to an incinerator. They're sent to hazardous waste facilities. Then she invited us to visit the recycling center later in the week. The recycling center. After school on Friday, my dad took Emma and me to the recycling center. Celia was waiting for us. She told us that recyclables can be made into other products. For example, plastic bottles and bags can be made into playground equipment, she said. Recycled paper can be used for cereal boxes and toilet paper. Look at all of these conveyor belts. These are things that are going, and it's got all this trash on it. Celia took us outside to where she'd parked her truck. She told us that keeping her truck in good shape was also part of her job. We make sure the tank is filled with gas and the tires are filled with air, and we make very simple repairs. Emma and I gave our report to the class on Monday. It went really well. Where does our trash go? This is called a pie chart. We have landfills, recyclables, composted products, and incinerated, which means burned. Celia and her friends work really hard, I said, so let's do our part to keep our school and our neighborhood clean. And Emma asked Celia a few more questions about her job. And these are questions that if you're interested, for instance, do you mind the garbage smell? I've gotten used to it, and I take a nice hot shower after my shift. That's an important question to ask. And Celia has tips to make garbage collection easier and safer. She tells you if you see garbage trucks, get out of the way, be careful what you throw in the trash, and do what you can to make less trash. And don't litter. You know what litter means? It means just throwing stuff all over the ground. We don't want to do that. And here there are the tools of the sanitation workers, earplugs, which gets pretty noisy, gloves, boots, and a reflective vest so that other people can see them working. Now, here's another way to tell this is a nonfiction book. This has an index. And like we did with the table of contents, if you just wanted to read about certain things, you could look at this. And for instance, if you wanted to look and find out what a hopper was, because that's a fun word, you look back on pages 12 and 13, and it tells you exactly what a hopper is. So that's what a nonfiction book will do for you. So, this is our sanitation book.
Hey, Storytime friends, Grandma Pat.
Yes.
Do you want to do a flannel board?
You know I love them.
It's flannel time. Oh yeah, it's flannel time. All right, today you might not be surprised to know that we are talking about garbage. And we're talking about how garbage might leave your house. And we're going to sing a song called Garbage Day. And this is how it goes. Today is garbage day. Today is garbage day. Hi ho, the trash must go. Today is garbage day. See, we have a house, and there's a garbage bin in front of the house. The bins go to the street. The bins go to the street. Hi ho, we're ready now. Today is garbage day. Do you have to take your garbage bins down to the street? We do. In our neighborhood, Thursdays are garbage days. And we have a garbage bin, and then every other week we also have a recycling bin. And we push them down to the street, and the truck comes and they pick them up. But not everybody gets rid of their garbage that way. We have neighbors who choose just to bring their own garbage to the dump, which is really interesting. But everybody makes garbage, and everybody needs to have a way to get rid of that garbage. Okay, what are we missing for garbage day? Here comes the truck. Here comes the truck. Hi ho, it's going slow. Today is garbage day. Now, have you seen on garbage trucks? Some of them have people who ride on the back, sanitation workers, who will pick up the bin and they'll throw it in. But more and more trucks have automated arms that pick up the can and dump it right in the truck. It's crazy cool. Here we go. Up go the bins, up go the bins. Smash, trash, the trash goes in. Today is garbage day. Now, do you remember from the book that Grandma Pat read, where our garbage goes next? After it's in the garbage truck? That's right. It's gonna go to the dump. And they call them transfer stations, but we still call them dumps. Here we go. Here it goes. The truck drives away. The truck drives away. Wave to the sanitation worker. Bye. See you next garbage day. And now we have a clean bin. We can move it back to our house. And we're all ready for next week. Hey, thanks for playing.
We have another nonfiction book. This book reads like a story, though. This is called Gifts from the Garbage Truck. A true story about the things we don't want to throw away. And Andrew Larson wrote the words, and Oriel Vidal drew the pictures. And it comes to us from Sourcebooks. Nelson Molina collected things. He collected all kinds of things, like scraps of wood he found on his way to school. Nelson's mom showed him how to use scraps of wood to make birdhouses. If someone can use it, don't throw it away, she liked to say. She was an expert on reusing and recycling. Nelson's dad was a merchant marine. He traveled the world on a great big ship and sent letters home to Nelson. Nelson collected every stamp from every letter. He displayed some stamps by color. He displayed some stamps by theme, like birds and boats. His displays told stories about the faraway places that his dad had been. One day, Nelson was checking on his birdhouses when he noticed something in a trash can. It was a toy garbage truck that was missing a wheel. Why would anyone throw this away? Nelson wondered. I know someone who would love it. Nelson cleaned the truck when he got home. He painted it white, just like the New York City garbage trucks. Then he found a big button to replace the missing wheel. It looked good as new. Nelson gave it to his little brother. I love it, said his brother, his eyes wide with wonder. It was snowy in New York City in the weeks before Christmas. People were throwing away old toys to make room for new ones. Nelson had a better idea. Look at all those toys. On Christmas morning, Nelson had a gift for each of his siblings, his brothers and sisters. Each gift had been found and fixed. Each had a story. Each was special in its own way. When Nelson grew up, he didn't travel the world on a great big ship. He became a trash collector. His official title was New York City Sanitation Worker. He rode around in a great big garbage truck, working on the streets where he used to play. Everything he loved was right there in his own neighborhood. Being a trash collector was hard work. There were tons of trash to collect every day. Nelson worked in the heat, he worked in the cold, he worked in the rain and the snow. He filled up his garbage truck and then drove it to the dump. At the dump, everything was put into containers and shipped out of town. Some of it was burned and turned into electricity. Some of it was buried deep underground, and some of it was recycled. Look at these. They look like bales of hay, but actually they're bales of garbage. Often Nelson came across an oddly shaped bag. It clinked and clanked and jingled and jangled. Is there something more than trash in here? Nelson wondered. Is there something someone might love? I knew it, he exclaimed, tearing the bag open. A gift from the garbage. Nelson didn't throw these gifts into the back of the truck with everything else. He had a better idea. Nelson brought the objects he found back to the sanitation garage. He displayed them in the locker room so everyone at work could see them. There were toys and teapots, and yo-yos, and photos, pictures. There were knickknacks and thingamajigs and whatchamacallits. People throw away the most extraordinary stuff. Look at that old phone. Wow. And bongos. One day, one of Nelson's bosses wanted the display taken down. It's against the rules, he said. But everyone loves it, said another boss. If more people saw this, maybe they'd think twice about the things they throw away. The display stayed. Sometimes an object Nelson found was broken or needed extra care. He was happy to repair it. He was even happier it wasn't going into the dump. Each object was special in its own way, and Nelson found a place for them all. He found, looks like a lampshade, a lamp. He found a coffee pot. Piece by piece, year after year, Nelson's collection grew. It grew from the locker room into the offices and stairwells. It grew into the main garage. Some displays were arranged by color. Others were arranged by theme, like birds and boats. The displays tell stories about Nelson's neighborhood and the lives of its people. Nelson's extraordinary collection has grown up to become a museum. People from all around the world come to see it. It's not far from the Metropolitan Museum of Art. It's an invitation to think differently about the things we throw away. It's Nelson Molina's gift to us. Go figure, huh? And this is like lots of nonfiction books. It gives you more information, and it talks about what to not throw away, and something called upcycling. That's taking something and using it for something else. And then here's Nelson himself. These are real photographs. Nelson in his garage truck and in his museum. There we have gifts from the garbage truck.
Hey, story time, friends. Grandma Pat? Anybody want to use your scarf?
I love scarves.
We are going to sing songs today. We're going to get Grandma Pat her green one.
Oh,
We're going to sing songs today about picking up the trash. All right, so out of your storytime kit, I'd like you to find your scarf. If you don't have your scarf, what else could you wave? Yep, a sock. Well, I suppose you could wave your underwear, but that'd be pretty silly. Yeah. Or a washcloth, or a towel, or a paper towel, whatever you've got to wave. All right, our very first song is, excuse me? Did you? Yeah, okay, listen. Oh, of course. Absolutely. Storytime, friends. Zebra would like to join us today. Hello, Grandma Pat.
Hi, Zebra.
Hello, Storytime friends. I'm so excited to see you. Zebra, we are very excited to see you too. You sit right down there, and you can be our Storytime friend. All right, Zebra, we're going to wave some scarves, and our first song is called If You See a Piece of Litter, Pick It Up. Grandma Pat mentioned before what litter is, and that literally is garbage that people just throw on the ground. I know, how rude, right? We know that garbage goes in garbage cans. Here we go. So we are going to first, when we're done with our garbage, we are going to throw it away in a trash can. Here we go. When you're done with your garbage, throw it away. When you're done with your garbage, throw it away. You'll be done in a flash when you pick up all your trash. When you're done with your garbage, throw it away. Nice job. Now you have all of your stuff in a nice, neat little garbage bin, just like we have down here. But what if you're out and about and you see somebody else has thrown litter on the garbage? What can you do? Or litter on the floor? What can you do? That's right. If you see a piece of litter, pick it up. If you see a piece of litter, pick it up. You will make the world look better if you pick up all the litter. If you see a piece of litter, pick it up. Did you pick up your litter with your scarf? Notice I was using my scarf to pick up all my litter right from the ground. All right, let's do one more scarf song, and this one's called Garbage. All right, and we're gonna pick up our garbage, and then we're gonna throw it in the bin. Here we go. Pick up garbage and throw it in the bin. Push it down and stomp it in. Carry the cans to the street for the garbage trucks to eat. Have you ever thought about that? It looks like a garbage truck is eating the garbage. Don't eat the garbage. Here we go. When the truck comes roaring by, workers lift the cans up high. Garbage falls into the bag. Crush it, mash it, smash it flat. And then, where does the garbage go? Do you remember? After it's in the truck? That's right. It's gonna haul it away to the dump. Hey, thanks for playing. Story time, friends. Grandma Pat, what a fun day we had today. I so enjoyed meeting Celia, who is a sanitation worker, and she showed us all of the places our garbage goes after it gets collected. And gifts from the garbage truck. Nelson, he got all of the broken stuff that we unfortunately decided it was okay to throw away. And he fixed it up, he gave it as gifts, and he made a whole museum out of it. Wow, that was absolutely amazing.
And if you go to New York City, you can see them.
That's right. You can see. That would be very cool to see. And then we talked about how the garbage truck takes the garbage away and how very, very, very grateful I am for that.
Me too.
Sanitation workers are very important community members. But now I think it's time to say goodbye. Grandma Pat, would you sing with me?
Yes, I suppose we have to say goodbye.
I think we do. Storytime friends, would you join us? All right, here we go. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to all our friends. Yes, it's time to say goodbye to all our friends. Story time is done today. Now it's time to go and play. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to all our friends. Goodbye, everybody.
Go wave to a sanitation worker.